everyone, and welcome back to our end of season party for the Women's Super League and Women's Championship season 2023 to 24. Now, it's quite nice that there's actually 5 of us on tonight, because usually there's only 3 or 4. And you might notice we've got a new face with us this evening as well. Now, Chloe, thank you very much for joining us. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Good. Been a good old week. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Was just saying, people might remember last week I did cut myself on a can of Dr. Pepper. Can confirm this week we're all okay. No blood has been shed. We've grown. We are growing as people. But yeah, really glad to have you back. Paul, of course, with your favourite shirt behind you. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. I have got a halo, however. Don't quite know where that's come from. Clearly a moment. Graham's in the chat already. Good evening, Team Chaos. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, Emma, welcome to Team Chaos. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Now, I will just say, Emma, are you looking forward to this evening?
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it. I promise. We do have a good time on this show. And last but not least, Rosie, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. You've got your Dr. Pepper. I've actually got my chocolate milk. So
very nice.
It's too late for caffeine, but I need something.
Very good. Now, I approve of kind of how classy the chocolate milk looks as well. Seems like a good flask.
Oh, yeah.
So well done. Well done.
I've got my great cup. It's like disguised. Like I'm doing something fancy, but it's literally chocolate milk.
No, I absolutely love it. Simon, yes, you're absolutely right. Other soft drinks are available. I do apologise. Not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. However, if anyone would like to get in touch with the sponsorship, we are available for that as well. Good evening to Shah as well. She says, evening, my beautiful people. We'll be doing well. We are. Thank you very much. And of course to Simon as well. Good evening. Now, we've got a jam-packed show tonight. We've got our end of season awards. We've even got a quiz. I was looking for a sparkly jacket, and I'm really sad that I don't own one. I feel very disappointed in myself that I've got to this age and I don't own a sparkly jacket. However, we will get to all of that because, first of all, we need to talk about some latest news, which, Rosie, this concerns you. Sonia Bonpastor is officially Chelsea's new manager. How are you feeling about that one? It's been a long time coming.
The worst kept secret in women's football history. Like, we all knew. But yeah, I'm glad it's been announced so we can like kind of get going. But I'm so excited. Yeah, it shows the ambition from the club because the one thing we want is the Champions League. And she's won it as a coach, as a player, who knows how many times. So yeah, I'm excited about this.
Yeah, going from one European giant to another. I think we've said it for months, like you said. This has been kind of everywhere. Yeah, it was said, if Chelsea were going to place Emma Hayes with anyone, it was going to be Sonia Bonpastor, or Sonia Bonpasta, as one of the commentary team did call her at the Champions League final. And the other news, it seems like we've got news every single minute at this point of the transfer window, that Esme Morgan is leaving Manchester City after 7 years, I want to say, and going off to Washington Spirit. Paul, how did you feel about that news? Do you think it's the right move for her?
Well, Manchester City are going to have to find someone else to keep the seats warm. But apart from that, it seems to make sense as a move for her. Because despite what Man City fans say, she hasn't really played much for Man City. And she might actually be able to make a case for being in the England squad now.
Yeah, getting those regular minutes, yeah.
Yeah, because she's one. We've argued before about whether or not she should be in the team, because I think she played something like 300 minutes for Manchester City, maybe 400. And with Serena's team, players need to be playing. She was always the one who caused a lot of debate on the England squad. So I think if she's regularly playing in one of the best leagues in the world, then I think that it will be much easier for Man City fans to defend her and indeed everybody else, although they'll probably stop defending her now she's moved.
You'd hope there'd be some loyalty. Some loyalty to that one. But yeah, you're absolutely right. She's not getting the minutes. She's on the bench more often than not. And we've all questioned, why does she keep getting called up to the England squad? And hopefully now she'll get the minutes. She can prove it. Because we've all said she is a talented player. It just needs that consistency on the pitch. Absolutely. Now, Graham said in the chat, I heard Sonia only signed because she saw Rosie had been signed earlier. Yeah, if anyone missed it, Rosie did sign. And then was it 24 hours later? Announced.
No, it was about a good 5 days.
Oh, good 5 days. Well,
yeah, it was 5 days. Sadly, I have left the club now on mutual terms. It was, yeah,
she's got a better offer.
Yeah, a bit of a sore spot. So, respect my
we'll leave that one there. Yeah, we'll park it until next season. And good evening to Sean with us in the chat. Yeah, wasn't the managerial change already decided a decade ago? Yes, it absolutely feels like it. 100%. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is, of course, the Women's Champions League final. Now, did everyone get a chance to either watch it or see some highlights, or at least see Honour's poor face from the final? Yeah. Emma, did you catch much of this one? Emma. Blink twice if you're with us. We'll come back to it. Emma, if you can hear us, your camera is frozen, so give yourself a little refresh and you can come back in, that's fine. Chloe, we'll come to you, because I know we were talking about it, weren't we? Now, Barcelona have never managed to actually beat Lyon. And I know we said on the pod last week it was going to be tight, it was going to be close, it was going to be like the two, giants really battling it out, which is what we wanted for a final. Did it live up to expectations?
I think it did. I think it lived up to all those expectations. It was a game that we wanted and more. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great fight. Alexia Putellas' goal was perfect.
It was just written in the stars, wasn't it?
It was so good. But did you see afterwards they went to check it and Alexia actually went to the restaurant, please don't take this away from me because it'll be really embarrassing now if it's not allowed.
Especially after that celebration. She's like, back on.
Yeah,
just really slowly.
Going to referee, yeah, please don't disallow it because it's really embarrassing for me if that happens.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't care about result, but she's like, it's me, like, please don't do it. No, it was really good. I really enjoyed it, although I do feel really, really bad for poor Honour's face. It's like,
yeah, because let's talk about it. So if you didn't manage to watch the final, so Honour was doing Honour things down the right hand side, and as she's tried to defend against Diani, I think it was, she's gone down, and as she's gone down, Diani's boots come up and the studs have caught her in the cheek. Really lucky it missed her eye, actually, because it was about here, wasn't it? It was quite close. Yeah. A couple inches and it could have, yeah. But what I did want to talk about was it took until a following foul for the ref to actually stop play. Now, the linesman was right there and there was blood pouring down her face. So, question is, yes, there was a goal scoring opportunity, but if someone's face is pouring with blood, surely that should be stopped, right, Chloe?
Yeah, like I think that they should have stopped play as soon as it happened because we both said that there was absolutely no malice in it. There was nothing in it. It was more just a wrong, like Honor fell at the wrong time, like wrong place, wrong time type thing. She fell, she was running. It was just, there was absolutely nothing in it, which is why it probably wasn't stopped. But it should have been stopped straight away because you could see like the blood, like her eye was and face was swelling as we speak. But I'm confused about how she was let back on the pitch.
Yeah, because she didn't look right. Like, if anything, concussion sub. Like she was checked, and you could see the medical staff were with her straight away. But she shouldn't have been. I know it was a final. I know she probably wanted to come back on, but she didn't look right, did she?
No, she looked really out of it, and she just wasn't playing her best. And I bet it was like hurting her as well. Like, I know they say, oh, the adrenaline powers you on and stuff, but I think that was probably really hurting her because even the next day when she was pictured like with Lucy and Kira on the balcony for like the celebration, she still like looked in pain, and she's now have to withdraw from the Spain squad because, well, I'm assuming because of her face, but she just she shouldn't have been allowed to continue play because she generally looks like she was in a huge amount of pain.
Yeah, and it just shows you kind of what comes first, like the moment or the player. Rosie, did you see much of the final?
Not much, but I did see Alexa's goal. It was
beautiful,
perfect.
isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, I was rooting for Leon, but when I saw that, you just can't like fault it. Honestly, it was perfect.
So why were you rooting for Leon again?
Well, I mean, partly I was still mad at Barca. Also, you got to wrap the new coach. You know, like Sonia's
yeah.
new coach. I want to back her and everything she does. But mixture of reasons.
Well, the fact was, it was 0-0 till half time, wasn't it? In fact, it was 0-0 till like the 63rd minute.
Yeah,
was it, Rosie, were you expecting to see more goals in that first half? Or do you think actually they both did well in that first half to keep it?
Yeah, I think they're quite evenly matched. People forget, so Barca's very dominant, obviously, at the moment, but people forget about Leon's history. And I think that it was a good matchup. So yeah, I was expecting maybe like at least a 1-0 at halftime, but it was odd the way it ended because it was literally just like 1-0. I don't want to say boring, but I was expecting a little bit more drama, maybe.
Yeah, because Aitana scored in the 63rd minute, and then it was Alexia's in the 95th. Yeah. But yeah, until that point, you thought, is this really going to finish 1-0? Is it going to be that moment? Yeah. But yeah, Paul, what did you make of the final?
Well, I thought it was probably not the final that the competition deserved. I think the final the competition deserved would have been Chelsea versus Leon, because
Interesting. Okay.
I am probably the only women's football fan on the planet who is left absolutely cold by Barca. Like, genuinely. If Barca disappeared tomorrow, I wouldn't care. Because...
Ooh, controversial. Okay.
Because...
Get the clips up.
I heard something else there. Clipped up, right? Yep, good. Sorry.
I just don't like them. Like...
Okay.
They leave me cold in the same way Manchester City leave me cold in the men's game. They're just a machine that have no emotion to them. And I think that they are also... They have the media literally in their back pocket as the best team ever, which they're not, because the Leon teams that won 7 in a row are better than this by a long way. I think they were very lucky to get through against Chelsea, and they shouldn't have done. I think that was a masterclass of shithousery and influencing the referee.
I don't know what it's all about. Aitana was really injured in that moment.
And
I'm out.
I also think that if you take on Aitana Bonmati out of that team, they're nothing, or they're nowhere near as good. She is the best player in the world by a long way.
Oh, phenomenal, yeah.
But if you take her out of that Barcelona team, they collapse. Because I think Alexia Putellas is a bit overrated at this point.
Not going out, guys.
There you go.
In fact, 14 minutes in, he started.
End of season controversy, you see, you know. You thought it was going to be a nice, calm end of season party. Instead, you get a rant about how Putellas is overrated.
Well, she hasn't been the same after her injury, though, has she?
Yeah.
Like, it has taken her a while to come back and be at top form.
I just think I'm bored of Barcelona already. I'm bored of the way they play. I'm bored of the way that the media are up their rear ends. I'm bored of the way that apparently women's football didn't exist before Barca got good. I'm bored of the way they shithouse their way through games. And I just think Chelsea versus Lyon would have been a far better, more open game, and it would have had far more storylines to it, and it would have been a far more compelling spectacle. This was just a game, to me.
Possibly. Do you think Lyon turned up though in the final?
Not as much as perhaps they could have done, but again, all of the media coverage and all the coverage around it is any team playing Barcelona is just there. They're like the Washington Generals to Barca's Harlem Globetrotters. They're just expected to be there. Yeah. It's like you could hear the shot when Lyon beat Barca. It's like, this isn't supposed to happen. This was supposed to be the coronation of Barca, and then Amandine Henry cracked one in from 40 yards, and everyone was like, that's not supposed to happen. And I just have a problem with teams like that. I think Barca are everything that's bad about women's football, and now you've got the likes of Jorge Mendes and agents going in with Aitana. They're just an example of the way the game is going to go bad and get dominated by a few super clubs and money, and yeah, that's basically it.
That's basically it, wasn't it? I think it's very much, especially in Liga FA. I don't know if anyone watches some of the matches, but Barca, again, because they've got the caliber of player that they have, they're not really challenged in Liga FA at all. So I think when it comes to Champions League, that's their time, to take a battering, to come up against teams that are really, really good, and then for them to show their worth, really. So I really do enjoy watching Barca play, but I also really like it when they do draw, they do lose, because it shows again that they are human and that it can happen, and that they're not always going to win all the time, despite what the narrative around them is. So that's why I love having them in Champions League, for them to keep proving it. Because, yeah, if you listen to some versions, then they are the best, you can't touch them. However, we know it can. But you could argue that, with the rest of the leagues in Europe, are the top, apart from the top four, are they really being that challenged? Which comes back to, as we talked about before, better pay, actually money from clubs investing in the women's game. There's a lot of moving parts, isn't there, to do with making the game better, and not just, as you say, Paul, keeping it all for a couple of clubs.
The best way I can put it, I read a fantastic article by one of my favourite men's football writers, Jonathan Liu, who's a fantastic writer and often writes kind of columns around the edge of the game rather than just he likes to dig deeper into things, and he wrote about Manchester City winning the Premier League and how nobody cared. It didn't feel like anything because nobody cares about Man City. There's no emotion to them. His first line was, once more, no feeling, and that's what Barca feel like. They're just there. There's no passion behind them. Like when Chelsea beat them, that felt like football. Barcelona winning doesn't feel like football. It just feels like you're watching the Harlem Globetrotters, which is all very well, and everyone goes, "Oh, look at the amazing skill," but it means bugger all.
I'll agree to disagree. I quite enjoy them. I do. I really enjoy them. They've got so much quality, and I think it'll be interesting now. Caldente, well, again, that's 98% confirmed, isn't it? Caldente to Arsenal. So it'll be interesting to see who they then put as that star striker, because Paraluelo at the weekend was not her best. So it'll be interesting to see, again, with a new manager. We don't know who's going to manage Barca next. But yeah, what direction they turn. I did read something that they're trying to get Aitana to extend beyond the 5 years she's already promised or something, to try and, solidify her in the club as much as Alexia. So yeah, watch this space with that one. Emma, hello, you're back.
Yay.
Graham did put technical difficulties. Please stand by. Please. We did wait for you. Did you see much of the final at the weekend? I can't remember if we talked about it.
No, I had it on like in the background, but as Paul said, it wasn't really what I expected it to be.
Yeah. It was, especially in that first half, I think Leon struggled more than I thought they would. But then they both had a couple of chances where you thought, how did that not go in? And then I think from there, you were just kind of on edge, waiting to see which way it was going to turn. And then, of course, Aitana did Aitana things, didn't she? But yes, that did end 2-0, and they celebrated very well. And did they have one day to turn it around before joining up with their national teams? 2 days?
Pretty much. Like
it was a
2
pretty,
days.
yeah, pretty quick turnaround. So the last thing we'll discuss briefly before we do get onto the awards, there's an England match on Friday. Will we all be watching? Are we going? What do we think? Because we all know the next one's been moved, hasn't it? Because of Rishi. Just a bit rude, really. If anyone missed that, they've announced that the Lionesses game on Tuesday is going to be moved to ITV4. So the Rishi debate can be on ITV, normal ITV, which, again, rude, because that was in there first. But yes, it is against France. Rosie, what do you think? England, France? Because we need the points. We definitely need to win if we want to qualify for the Euros. How are you feeling about it?
My Chelsea bias is showing, but I'm just excited about Aggie. I mean, her first call-up.
Yeah.
Or if she makes a debut, I'll be so excited because she deserves it so much.
I was going to say, do you think she will?
Yeah, I think she will. She's been phenomenal. I don't think she'll start, but maybe like later on. Obviously, it's a massive game, so you're not really going to take many risks, but I don't think she's that big of a risk. It's just that she hasn't played with, like, obviously the England squad before and that combination of players. So I do think she would start. But I really want her to come on. She deserves it so much. But yeah, I'm obviously predicting an England win.
Of course, yeah.
It would be tougher than I think, though.
Yeah, I think, especially with the calibre of player France have and how they're getting back to their form in recent times, I think
they're underestimated.
Yeah, we're going to have to show up. Absolutely, we can't have another Sweden disaster. Chloe, how are you feeling about this one?
Very nervous about this one because, like you said, big game. We need the points to qualify. But also, if you go into the game, be careful because Girls Aloud are also playing at the Newcastle Arena. So roads are.
Yeah, tell us about it. Fuming. Right. So, fun fact. So I'm going on Friday because it's back in the northeast. So I was like, I'll go with my mum and dad's. It'll be fine. Don't have to worry about accommodation. Just have to get in. My dad then tried to book a taxi. Of course, no taxis because everyone's going to Girls Aloud. And it's Friday, and it's payday weekend, and it's Newcastle on a Friday night. Everyone's going out. So I might make it to the game. I might. If I start walking now, I might actually get there on time. But yeah, public transport will be a nightmare. So yes, if you are going, please do leave in enough time. Don't think you're going to get parked anywhere near the stadium because there won't be any parking available.
Everything's happening that weekend, apparently. Everything's been put on that weekend.
Yeah, why this weekend? Why Girls Aloud? Why are you reuniting this week?
All the weekends that Girls Aloud could have had, they chose this one for Newcastle.
No, women's football is a big thing. And I could just be making this up, but I think it's sold out. It's nearly sold out. I think I'm just making that up now. If anyone wants to check, that would be lovely. But yeah, there's going to be a massive attendance, and there's going to be a light show beforehand. Apparently, if everyone downloads the app, apparently it was on the email, and you hold your phone up at 10 to 8, then there's going to be a light show. So that's going to be fun, making it a bit more commercial. Emma, what do you think about this one coming up? Do you think England have got a chance? Think we're going to get some points? What do you think?
Well, it's definitely going to be tough. Like, France are just an unreal team. I'd like to see us get points, but we do need to show up, like, 110%.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully everyone's had time to gel at camp. And they just start with a bang because no more slow starts like we used to seeing. we need to get right into it. Paul, final thoughts from you then. What do you think? England versus France.
Well, you know why Girls Aloud picked that weekend, don't you?
To distract people? I don't know.
No, because they can't speak French.
Hey, well done.
Sorry.
Well done.
That was just like, wait for it. I've got to get that one in.
Brilliant.
Okay, serious. Back on the game.
Oh, no.
I'm looking forward to seeing Luna Ribadera play for France, who's in the French squad, because she's supposedly their next big striking talent.
Ooh.
And she's someone who not many people have seen unless you watch a bit of Division 1.
Who does she play for, Paul? Do you know?
Paris Saint-Germain.
Ah.
But she's kind of broken out this season, made her way into the French squad. She's 19 years old. She's the next one, if you like, because after usually Le Sommer and all of those great French strikers, she's kind of the next big hope. So I'm looking forward to seeing her. Apparently, the French women's squad weren't allowed to train at Clairefontaine. I've just seen in the comments as well, which...
Yeah, that's just been in the comments. Yeah, thank you for that. I don't know much about that, to be honest to you, Paul.
Basically, they're just having a row with the federation again because it wouldn't be French football without controversy, you know.
True.
And them falling out. But they're actually based at the Academy of Light as well, apparently. I saw on their social media today. So they've gone from the City of Light to the Academy of Light. And I worry because frankly, the idea of those fullbacks, Karshawi and Selma Basha, and then Kadidiatu Diani flying down the wing against a fullback at least one English fullback who goes missing in action quite often, really scares me, genuinely.
You take that back right now.
Well, okay, she doesn't go missing in action. She just
veers off a little bit. Okay, she veers.
Yeah, she needs her GPS recalibrating perhaps sometimes. And the amount of space in behind her, and indeed, because we don't know who England will play left back on the other side, do we? Whether it'll be Greenwood, whether it'll be Jess Carter, whether it'll be Esme Morgan, whether it'll be Neve Charles. All of those players are brilliant, but they worry me against the sheer power of the French flanks. I think that's where the game will be won, and I think possibly I'd take a draw in both games, to be honest. Like, happily.
Really? Okay.
A win would be great, but I'd take a draw in both games.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I could maybe see the first one being a draw, but I think there might be a winner in the second one because they'll both be like, right, we've sussed you out now. And we're
you think there'll be a winner in the away one? I would not back England to get a win in France.
I didn't say England will win.
Fair point.
No, obviously, I really hope they do. Of course I do. But yeah, I just think we've seen what France can do. I mean, we've seen what England can do as well. But it's which team turns up on the night is the issue.
And like Rosie, I hope Aggie Beaver-Jones gets as much chance as possible at number 9.
Really hope so.
I think she deserves. She scored more goals than England's current number 9, and I hope she gets at least half an hour, if not starting, to properly affect the game.
I think so. So to make that impact, she can't just have like 10, 15 minutes at the end. I think she needs a proper good chunk to show what she's made of. And of course, she's an unknown in terms of the French team, isn't she? So that will be interesting to watch. Absolutely. Now, I am just going to respond to Truth's comment there. Yes, we are defending Euro champions. However, we're just very honest and we know what we're up against. We're not looking through rose-tinted glasses. We know what the French can do, and we know what we can do. So I think we're just being honest there. To be
No
honest.
Lionesses FC here. No English arrogance here.
No, we say it as it is, and we disagree with each other as well, which is brilliant. We've got that many points of view on the show. Now, shall we get on to some awards, everyone?
Yay!
Yes.
I was going to say, no, I need more enthusiasm. Shall we get on to some awards, everyone?
Hooray!
Yeah.
There's the teacher in me coming out once more. Let's do it. Right. So we did this as a group chat, and we asked some other people that we know, fans of the game, to give us their opinions on things such as goal of the season for the Super League and the Championship, player of the season, best clanger of the season, which you'll all see very shortly, our red cards of the season, underrated players, and of course, our teams of the season. Yeah, Graham, absolutely. We do need more rehearsals. So you will be staying after the podcast for 30 minutes. I don't have to call your parents because it's only half an hour. We will practice in unison. So now, a couple of these we do still need to vote on. Okay, so everyone in the chat as well, feel free if you agree with us, if you disagree. Obviously, we absolutely love it. So, Haha. Okay. So these are our WSL Goal of the Season nominees. Now, if, of course, the people in the chat did nominate these, please feel free to do one last plea for why they should be Goal of the Season. Now, we've got Grace Clinton versus Brighton, Yaya versus Spurs, Katie McCabe versus Bristol, Leanne Kernan versus Chelsea, sorry, Rosie, Dan Turner versus City, Erin Cuthbert versus West Ham, and Martha Thomas versus Villa. Would anyone like to make a last plea for which one should win before we announce who I think might be the winner?
Am I allowed to announce my personal interest on Martha Thomas's goal because it's my commentary on it?
Yes.
So I might be a bit biased with that one, but it was an absolute belter of a goal as well.
It was. It really was. Now, Emma, are you on the chat as well as on the screen?
No, they're on my iPad downstairs.
Brilliant. Oh, I love that. I was like, you can say that if that's you. Oh, that's brilliant. Now, Emma, as another resident Villa fan, can you explain Dan Turner's goal versus City and how incredible of a moment that was, please?
Oh, well, Dan Turner's a defender, so obviously she doesn't score goals, but it just sort of came out of nowhere. She just like the ball just landed on her foot and it was in the goal. It was just beautiful.
And everyone just kind of went, what? How did that go in? Even Dan. And in fact, today, congratulations to Dan Turner because she won Goal of the Season. It was voted for. It's been official. And it's absolutely amazing what she's done. So I will say overall, our winner was Grace Clinton versus Brighton. If you can't recall this one, would love to show you, but because of copyright, we can't. It was an absolute 30-yard screamer. And yeah, it was just one of those goals where you went, yeah, that was satisfaction. That was great. So well done, Grace Clinton. We have voted you Goal of the Season. Congratulations to you. Okay, our next one is the Championship Goal of the Season. The nominees here are Jenna Deer's first goal versus Lewis in the dying moments, Martha Harris versus Birmingham City, Sinead Hopcroft versus Lewis, and Elise Hughes versus Reading. And again, did anyone have anything to say for these ones before we go into the winner? Paul?
See, I am torn between two, like because Rosie picked the Sinead Hopcroft one, and when I saw that, I thought that was incredible. But also, Martha Harris had to run from like Solihull in order to strike the ball. When she scored for Birmingham City, and it was a proper Roberto Carlos special. So if you're torn between the two, Sinead Hopcroft's was great technique. Martha Harris was a proper thunder bastard of a goal. So it depends which one you like.
What an adjective. Absolutely love it. And I will say for the Jenna Dia versus Lewis one, so that came from Ant, our lovely Ant. That one was more, it was phenomenal the way it happened, but it was the importance of it, because that was the match where Sunderland were down, and that was the equaliser that got them back in the game. And then Jenna Dia again a couple of minutes later got the winner in the dying moment. So all of these four were very, very well deserving. But we did actually go for... It was Sinead Hopcroft, Graham. Yeah, sorry, with gritted teeth, I have to give it to Sinead. It was brilliant. Rosie, now you nominated this one, didn't you? What was it about it that you thought, yeah, that's a goal of the
I
season?
can't really remember. It was just brilliant technique. I just thought, how on earth? Like, how do you think of doing that? I don't know. I was very impressed.
I think it's when it's one of those goals where you're like, I just remember the feeling of being impressed.
What? Yeah. How?
Yeah. But yeah, Crystal Palace have had some absolute smashes this season.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right, now we've got WSL Player of the Season nominees. And it was quite nice, actually, that, yes, we had some of the obvious ones, as you can probably see, but we tried to look at players who, again, just made us feel like they really deserved it as well. So we had Stina Blackstenius, Bunny Shaw, Elizabeth Turland, or Liz, as she's now known, Aggie Beaver-Jones, and Kiara Keating. Paul, do you want to say anything about our Liz?
I do want to talk about our Liz. Sorry to anybody who doesn't like me calling her Liz, but she is now Liz from now on. And I think the reason I love her so much, our Liz, is because Bunny Shaw is an obvious pick, because she's a machine. Good old Emma Blackstenius as well. Iconic goals. But Liz Turland has got the same stats of Lauren James with about a 100th of the hype, and she just deserves more recognition than she gets. To do that in a 10th, 11th place team without her brighten her down easily, and I think her value to the team is huge. But now I want to vote for Aggie Beaver-Jones just because of breakout season. So, like, genuinely, any one of five. And I'm very conscious I'm the only one making cases here. So, like, you guys need to make cases as well.
Yeah. Chloe, what do you think out of these five? Who would you go for?
I think I'd go for Liz Turland. Like, I think she's been absolutely phenomenal for this season. Like, yeah, I just think she's just been really good. Like, some of the goals she scored have been like impeccable as well. Like, she has scored some bangers, and considering Brighton have also been in like a little bit of a relegation battle at one point. I mean, everyone's been in a bit of a relegation point, but let's be real. The season has been the season of relegation battles.
Yeah.
But no, I just think I think she's been really good. I've really enjoyed watching her. So, or your friend of mine, Emma. I think Emma has also been really good, like stopping City winning. Fair play to her.
Oh, yeah, that's it. And again, this is what we found so hard, wasn't it? There are so many moments that you just wish you could kind of put together in just a culmination of how great the season was. But yeah, I mean, any one of those five could have won it. However, there was an overwhelming shout for Bunny to get it, just because we've actually seen since she's been injured how much City have missed her and how much of a crucial point she was to the team. I'm just going to remove this a second because Graham has asked a very important question. Where is Nancy with her choices? Paul, we need Nancy.
Nancy is sat in the other room. She sung the song of her people at about 5 o'clock every single morning this week. So I think that's her giving her choices. I think she'd have picked. She'd probably have picked Bunny Shaw as well. She wouldn't have picked Grace Clinton for goal of the season for the WSL. She agrees
No.
with her owner there, but like I'll go with the majority for that one. I'd have picked Erin Cuthbert because she hit that ball and it bloody well stayed hit. But
was that the one where she came on and went, right, I'm dealing with this?
yeah, and
Yeah.
proceeded to send the ball into another time zone. Like,
in fact, I think it's still going. If you can listen really, really carefully, you can still hear the ball moving through that net. But yeah, it was an absolute stunner. Absolutely. Yeah, and we've just had in the comments as well, Turland apparently going to United. Well, that is the rumour. Hopefully she makes the right choice for her. Let's say that. Let's keep it there.
That was diplomatic. Considering the row I've been having, that was very diplomatic.
Yeah, I thought let's be on let's be on the fence just this once. That's the only one of the show. Sitting on the fence about it. But yeah, let's just hope each transfer they're doing the right thing for them. And also, Lucia Garcia is apparently going to Mexico as well, isn't she? That came out today. Apparently, they offered her a very lucrative offer. So fair play to her. Hope she has a very good go over there. Okay, back to our awards then. We've got Women's Championship Player of the Season nominees. Now, if you have been watching us every week, you will know that these three names come up, well, every single week, to be honest. And any of the three could have deserved it. So we had Claudia Moan, Elise Hughes, and Izzy Goodwin, of course. Just while we're on, would anyone like to sing any praises for any of these three players? Because I know we have done all season, but anything in particular?
Just
before we announce?
Claudia's been amazing. Well,
yeah, absolutely. They all have. Again, it's those moments where you think a goal's gone in, right, it's probably Elise or Izzy. Claudia's kept Sunderland in it, pretty much all of the season. And some games she definitely counted towards whether it was a draw or a win. She kept that deficit down. So we did overwhelmingly choose Claudia as our Women's Championship Player of the Season. Again, impeccable talent. And I think we said it on the group chat, didn't we? She should have got called up as a reserve for the Lionesses because she got the Golden Glove in the championship this season. So we would have absolutely loved Claudia to get a call up. However, she's still very young. So hopefully that is still on the cards if she keeps proving her worth, which I'm very, very sure that she will. Okay, next up, right, this one, I thought this would be a fun one. We called this our Clanger of the Season, okay? Now, the definition of my version of Clanger is what was the funniest / what the hell moment that happened during this season. And funnily enough, one really sprung to mind, but I wanted to give you an option of three, and we do need to vote for it now. So people in the chat, get ready. Your comments and your votes will be going on this as well. So the nominees for Clanger of the Season are Soccergate, Chelsea versus Arsenal, One Ball at the Continental Cup Final, and Christy Mewis versus the Corner Flag.
that was brilliant.
So, again, people in the comments, we will be taking your votes as well. So please do get them in now. Which one do you think was the biggest clanger of the season? Chloe, talk us through these three. Can you believe that they happened?
No. Well, Sockgate is just a story in itself. Arsenal forgot their sock. Well, they didn't forget the socks. They remembered the socks, but it was the same colour as Chelsea, so we had to change them and buy some at the Chelsea Superstore so that they could have different socks. And the Conti Cup final, Jonas Eidevall decided that he only wanted to play with one ball and then got annoyed that they were playing with one ball when it was his idea. And I actually forgot about Christian Mewis versus the Corner Flag, but it's absolutely brilliant. And I can't remember who they were playing, but I think it was a night of a storm or something, and the wind was just blowing so badly at Christie, and the ball just kept moving away from the corner. The flag was just like waving all over. It was hitting the official. It was hitting Christie. She's getting annoyed if the ball's not staying. The official's going, it's fine. It's like the ball's. Everyone's getting annoyed, and it was just absolutely hilarious.
It was just the fact that every time she moved it, she was like, I just physically can't take this corner kick. Like, can someone just intervene? Can we break the rules for just once so I can just kick this ball?
It's how calm the official kept. She was just like, it's fine. She was like, just take your time. It's so good. And Chrissy's like, I'm not going to take my time. She's getting more and more annoyed to the point where she's like, I'll take a yellow if it. She's like, I'll have a yellow if I have to, because she just got so impatient and kicked it. Like, yeah, go.
It was against Spurs. I have just checked. It was against Spurs during Storm Isha. That's the one. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, if you missed Christy Mewis versus the corner flag, please do look it up. It's the funniest couple of minutes you'll ever see. Poor Christy with this one. Rosie, what do you think? Which one would get your vote?
Definitely Southgate. I mean, I was at the game and we heard over the loudspeaker that the kickoff was delayed, and I thought, oh, that's weird. Wonder what it's about. And I heard some kind of murmurs from behind me saying, they've forgotten their socks. I still forgot their socks. And I said, surely not. There's no way. So then we heard over the loudspeaker, kickoff has been delayed I think it was due to a kit issue. I was like, what? And then obviously we heard that they had to go to the mega store. So, because I thought that was a joke. And then Sky Sports reported it. Like, oh, they're not joking. But yeah, it was so funny.
It was just, because I remember watching it on Sky Sports. And I think we're all talking in the group chat as well, weren't we? And I was like, guys, Sky Sports are saying, that kickoff's delayed because of a sock issue. Is that right? And you and other Chloe were like, yeah. Yeah, they've got the wrong socks on. Yeah, they've got the shot in. Brilliant. Paul, what gets your vote for Clanger of the season?
It has to be Southgate, doesn't it? Like, I don't want to pick the Continental Cup final because of the actual controversy around it, because
True.
What it caused. Christy Mewis versus the corner flag was one of those things that was great, but it didn't create like weeks of memes, did it? Like,
I mean, we can bring it back. I think we can definitely start.
Was that her debut as well?
I think it might have been, yeah.
First WSL game.
Oh, that's even better. Sorry, Christy.
I think it was. Wasn't it the one match that she played like fully fit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the WSL. But no, I you've got to go Southgate, because you could argue that it was an unintentional thing. Arsenal forgot it, and it brought down great trial and tribulation upon them. You could have said it was Pandora's socks.
Oh, very good.
There you go. There's your one-liner.
Oh, I love it. Southgate. Emma, what do you think? What's got your vote for Clanger of the season?
I mean, it's got to be Southgate, because, I mean, what makes it better is the fact that they were late to the Villa match the week after. It just tops it all off.
and even better, I don't think we've told this story before, Emma, but everyone, all of the fans then said, we're going to take loads of pairs of socks. So everyone brought socks in the stands and were waving them, going, have you remembered your socks? Like, waving them at the thing. So I think that created some phenomenal banter for the fans that week. I have just seen in the chat, JBR's put, I'd like to add the Villa goalkeeper getting a red for handling outside the box. Bit rude when you got two Villa fans on the chat. But no, you're absolutely right. I'd forgotten about that. I'd put that out of my memory. But however, that turned into Sophia Pua having a brilliant run. Rosie, why have you got legs behind you? It's the socks. Right. I just saw two thighs and I was like, okay.
You wouldn't let me have it like that way up.
It's just like, why have you got something out of your head? What's
Some
going
of us on your head's like, yeah?
He's being drop kicked apparently from Grace.
Amazing.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so overwhelmingly, Sockgate, you have won the Clanger of the Season award. Now, from something very silly to something a bit more serious, we asked the group for their red card of the season. Now, this is something that's either annoyed us or offended us, and something that we really want to see a change for. So, all of us got together and we said, we're going to give a red card to the hate that only certain players seem to face, both online and from officiating. Emma Hayes giving up the title race. We all remember that moment. Inconsistencies and standards with refereeing and officiating, and also commentary bias in the media. So we'll go around if anyone's got anything to say about these points in a bit more detail, and the reasons why this needs to change. We've put a lot on Newco, but we really do need to see better standards, really, don't we? Chloe, have you got anything to say on these points?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the Emma Hayes going up the title race because that one was mine. Because that was like a shock of the season moment. Because it was like, what on earth is happening? Because we didn't know that they were going to go on and win it later on, but it was one of those moments because we were like live when she said it. We just kind of stopped and went, "Is she saying this? Is she seriously just giving up? Like, is she being serious, saying, oh yeah, we're done? Chelsea aren't going to win it this year. We're not going to get the points. Basically saying they're going to lose the next 2 games and we're going to lose." And it's like, is she being tactical or does she genuinely mean it? Because she said the same thing the week after, like, oh, we're not in it. We're not going to do it anymore. We're not going to win. And it's like, is she being serious? This is Emma Hayes. Is she taking the mick? Is she being serious?
Yeah.
Like, why has she just suddenly given up? And it was just a huge shock. And it's one I'd say is like a red card because it shocked us all because we were silent for a good 5 minutes after.
Which made for a very good live show. We're all just there like, what? What is happening?
That's why I nominated it.
But yeah, it did. It completely stunned us. And clearly it worked because they won the league in the end. But yeah, if she could just not do that for the US, that would be great for that one. Rosie, if you got anything you'd like to add for any of these points?
I mean, on the Emma Hayes one, I think it definitely was some kind of mind games to sort of either anger the players or, take the pressure off them. But it did shock me when I heard it. I was like disappointed as a fan because we were all still like, yeah, we can very much win this. And to hear your manager say something like that, it's a bit like, oh, okay. But yeah, it worked, obviously. My vote was for the first one, the hate only certain players face. So obviously, Lauren James gets a lot of stick in the media for doing absolutely anything and everything. But it's also on the pitch. So we've obviously signed Myra Ramirez this season. She's unreal. Genuinely one of the best. I mean, she's the most expensive WSL signing ever, and I think she's proven that. You can see she's very, very strong and she's very physical. So if she touches someone, that's a foul. And it's I mean, you see it. Obviously, I'm very aware that I'm white, but you see it often with players of colour, and you just think there has to be something there because I've never seen white players be ref the same way that Myra Ramirez, Lauren James, Bunny Shaw are ref. And you just think that's not a coincidence. So yeah, it's disappointing.
Yeah, because we've talked about it before with Howard Sissoko as well. She gets a lot of unfair challenges as well. And you just think, how unconscious and how deep is some bias that you don't even realise you're doing it. You just, certain players do get... It's the brunt of a lot of it, isn't it? And we're not saying other players don't get anything, but we're saying there's a really unfair proportion of reds, yellows, fouls given against players who are not white. So yes, that's been a big talking point for us. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's also because, I mean, I keep talking about Myra, but she's at the centre of it, in my opinion. And it's she's been injured twice this season since she started for us in January. So I think I got that right. But it's like constantly fouls don't get called on her. So she taps someone and that's a foul. But like, she's just been injured so much, and you just think, would she have been injured if they wouldn't let like people get away with so much on her? No, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it's that two ways, isn't it? It's then on the player as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not just against them. Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with you. Emma, we'll come to you next. Have you got any comments or anything else that's annoyed you this season?
The reffing and officiating inconsistencies, they just boil my blood. Like, especially at the start of the season as well. Like at the start of the season, I think they brought in a new rule to do with yellow cards or something, or was it time wasting? So then all the rest were just giving out yellow cards like they were going out of fashion, and it was just so annoying. And in a similar way to what Rosie's just been saying about certain players only getting like carded or the hate. Look at Maya Letitia. Like, I personally think she's one of the dirtiest players that's just got away with so much this season. Like, there's a few instances in like the Villa matches where she's taken out players nowhere near the ball. I think she took out Maya Ramirez as well in one of the Chelsea matches and got nothing for it. Like, it's just so annoying and so unfair. Like, just annoys me.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It was that one was the Villa match, wasn't it? It was the opening game of the season, and she took out Ebony Salmon, I think, completely off the ball. And because the ref was looking, obviously, where the ball was and how the players were interacting there, because it was off the ball, it got missed, apart from everyone in the crowd being like, whoa, ref, look at what's just happened. Ebony Salmon's on the floor. And yeah, got nothing. And yet Kirsty Hansen goes in to get the ball and gets a red for, it was a high boot, we have talked about it, but yeah, you just think the comparison there with the intent versus, an accident, late challenge. So yeah, we just wanted to be consistent, don't we?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Absolutely. I hear a meow. Paul.
There you go, Graham.
Nancy like to say?
Go on then. What are you after? She just sat by the door yelling at me. I actually picked the kind of commentary bias in the media thing, and the pronunciation. I think Nuco desperately need to fix that, but
yeah, not that one.
I think I'm going to go with, as a part of that, and Nancy being a black cat as well. I know which one she picked. The way that there is an unconscious racial bias in the WSL, and it's blatant. Like, nobody seems to want to acknowledge it or accept it, or yes, Nancy, I agree, I'm telling them, or anything. And like Lauren James is the most obvious example of it because of the way she's talked about compared to Katie McCabe. But Myra Ramirez as well, the way she's refereed is questionable, to say the least. And I think part of that is because there aren't many players like her, that level of battering ram. So they assume that it must be, she's flattening players by doing stuff illegally, not just raw strength. But it comes from, because she was involved in that Ireland v Colombia game where a lot of the media said that Colombia were being overly rough.
Yes, I remember that, yeah.
And when England played Colombia as well, there was all the talk of, they're very physical. It's like, questionably physical. And it's like, no, she's just playing like a centre forward. And if you can't deal with it, it's because you're up against shrinking violets like Leslie Russo every week, who are 45 yards from goal rather than where they should be. But But there you go. There's Nancy. She's just making an appearance.
Makes an appearance.
But yeah, I think I go further than just saying the hate certain players receive, and I'd say it is very much a race issue, whether consciously or unconsciously.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that the WSL desperately needs to address.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we can't keep it. It's because, you know, as simple as it sounds, it's not fair. Exactly, Nancy. Thank you.
There you
And,
She's
and
getting
again,
carried out now. She's getting ejected. That's what was going on there.
she's getting too raucous. She's like, no, I need to be in. I need to say my piece. But yeah, we just need it where everything is just and fair on everything, and we're still a long way from that. But that's sorted by making the refs full time, giving them the pay and the respect and the training that they need. Graham just said Nancy's been red carded. She's been escorted
Unjustly as well.
Unjustly, yes, absolutely. There was no warning. She just went. She got sent off.
If she'd been called Katie, she would have been allowed to stay. Like,
she'll come in with a new name badge next week. Like, hey, don't kick me out. Brilliant. Right. So the next thing we're going to come to, the last of our awards, and I say awards, we had to try and pick our team of the season. Now, I think in the chat has been a good 3 or 4 days of all of us going, are we putting this person in? No, we'll put this person in. No, we'll change the formation. We'll do this. We'll do that. So we've actually ended up creating 2 versions of the starting 11. We've got our all-stars, as in the names you would expect to see. And then you've got our underrated players of the season as well. And we've got a championship season of the team. No, other way around, team of the season. So let's start with our all-stars. So up front, we've got your mate Liz Turland, Blackstenius and Shaw, followed by James, Hobbinger and Cuthbert, Carter, Greenwood, Fisk and Koivisto in defence, with Keating in goal. Is that who we expected to see? Anyone would like to argue about any of those places? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Or do we think ultimately that's probably a good 11? Do we think?
I think there is an argument. If we weren't trying to be so fair, if we were just picking purely with not kind of imposing limits on teams, I think there's an argument for Ev Perise at right back. I think there's an argument for Yui Hasegawa.
We discussed Hasegawa, didn't we?
Because
we were like, oh, we've got too many Chelsea, we've got too many City. So yeah, don't worry. So yeah, even in the comments, no Hasegawa. Yes, we did discuss her. We were just very aware we didn't want to overrun with City players or indeed any other team with that one. Yeah, it was hard though, wasn't it? Rosie, I can see you've got an extra head now.
I just had to have Jess Carter in it. I mean, she's been unreal. Genuinely,
Right.
You think? I mean, Millie Bright is sort of a staple for Chelsea. She's just always there. So when you don't have her, Jess Carter has just stepped up so much. And I think I can say the same with Erin Cuthbert and Eve Charles in terms of captaincy. And they've been brilliant as co-captains, but I just can't speak more highly of her. And if she doesn't stay, we've got some problems.
You will launch yourself down there and you will tell her that you need to stay. But she's really matured, hasn't she? And I've thought this the last couple of seasons, she's really come into her own and become, like you said, like a really good leader of the team. Because I remember seeing her a couple of years ago and thinking, oh, she's really good, but there's no consistency there. And I think we saw with the Chelsea documentary that came out years ago, it was still very much her in the process of finding out who she was as a footballer, who she was as an athlete, kind of where kind of the next step of her kind of journey was. So yeah, it's been a pleasure, hasn't it, watching her grow into the players she is.
The Chelsea documentary is so funny because you look at it and Emma's just whipping her into shape. Because if you ever played football, you have to get serious, and she did. Genuinely, if you look where she is now to where she was in that documentary, it's insane. The progress she's made, and I think a lot of that is due to Emma Hayes, but also the sheer mentality that you have to say, I want to play for England, this is what I need to do, and then do it. That's unreal.
Yeah, because a lot of people maybe in that situation be like, it's too hard, I'm not doing it. But no, she put her head down and she got to work. Absolutely. Chloe, are you happy with that 11, or are you more excited about the underrated one?
I'm excited about the underrated one. No, I think I'm excited about that one, but I do think this is a good team, and like you said, we were all having the difficult conversation about who do we put in, who do we leave out, who do we think has actually been like the all-star team. But I think it's a good team. I mean, Emma Blackstenius has been phenomenal. I think Cuthbert has been absolutely insane. And been really impressed with Kiara Keating, especially because she's still so young as well. And the way she has stepped up in the absence of Roebuck, she's just been, I can't speak higher of Keating. Like her age, her experience, like she's been so good in goal, and I kind of hope she starts. I mean, she won't start, let's be real, it'll be Mary Earps, but I'd like her to start one of the England games because I just think that experience would be key for her, and I think she has earned it. She deserves it.
Yeah,
she's been amazing. She's been a huge part of why City got to the title race as well, I think. And yeah, I really like her.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you like her because she's 13. Right, are we ready for the underrated 11? This is the one where we did get really excited because these are more, I don't want to say fan favorites, but just like underrated, like for the best reasons. Like literally no one's talking about them apart from us. So here we go. We've got Ueki and Leon up front. We've got Katya, that's nice. We've got Artanen, Sumanen, Rantala. Then we've got Missy Volkerns, Pacheco, Clark, Sissoko, and Brosnan in goal. Not gonna lie, I prefer that team. With that one. If anyone missed it before, Snoise, according to some people, sounds like that's nice. So that is our running podcast joke, just in case anyone missed it. So what do we think? Emma, what do you think of this underrated team? Which one do you prefer, the All-Stars or the underrated?
Oh, I prefer the underrated. It's nice to see Pacheco getting the recognition she deserves.
Yes, absolutely, because we've talked about it a lot, haven't we? She's such a worker. She doesn't give up. She's constantly chasing down the ball, and deserves at least a chance at England, doesn't she?
100%, yeah.
Yeah. Serena, when you're watching this back, I know you're at camp at the minute, but if you do want to give Maz a shout, would be more than happy to have her. Paul, I know you really loved the Spurs twins in the middle there. Tell us why you nominated them.
Well, I love that we're getting tactically analysed for our teams, because like the bird saying, who's going to play 6 in our All-Star team? It's like, well, it's an All-Star team, so. But Herbin during Cuthbert can sit there. It's a one pick.
Yeah.
But this team, you've got 2 of them, and the reason I love the Finns, the Spurs Finns, Olga Artinen and Evelina Sumanen, is because they work together so well. They just do the job so well, and they do it without any recognition.
Yeah,
and it's a crap job. It's like I think it was Eric Cantona who used to refer to them as, or possibly Zinedine Zidane, who referred to the water carriers of midfield, who just kind of moved the ball around and were there to let the flash players play. And Grace Clinton doesn't do anything without these 2 behind her. She just doesn't. personally, I think Clinton's a bit overrated as well, but that is because I think the media loves to look for the next big England player, and I think for me that's Jess Park, not Grace Clinton. But
Oh, Jess Park wasn't on the tip. Oh, see, there's so many people. Like, it's so hard to just pick 11. Sorry, yeah.
But those two are just the very definition of quiet efficiency. They're the type of, they're like Jutta Rantel actually. We've got 3 Finns across that midfield because they just do their jobs so well. But because their jobs are doing the simple things really well and not cracking in the ball from 30 yards or flash,
Yeah.
people don't notice them. But they're one of those things like, if you know, you know. And
If you really
is
watch,
just,
yeah.
and Rantelov as well has been one of my favourite players this season because she's just been her on one side, Shannon O'Brien on the other. If they were playing for Liverpool or a Man United, people would be singing their praises week in, week out. Because they're playing for Leicester, they don't really get noticed.
Yeah, because we said before, a lot of these players for kind of mid-table downwards aren't household names yet, and it's not because they're not good; it's because no one is talking about them and no one's picking them up. Yes, you're absolutely right. So we need to get this circulated and get people talking about the people in this list. Chloe, talk to us about Courtney Brosnan.
Our court. Oh, I love our court. She's been insane. She's been absolutely phenomenal for Everton. The way she commands the pitch. I mean, you can hear her all the way from probably Goodison. To be fair, she's so loud. She's so vocal. She's always saying what to do, where to go, and all that jazz and stuff. And I just think she's been absolutely amazing. I mean, have we had a great season? No. But we've had our court in goal, and I think that means more than it means nothing. But our court has actually been really, really good, and I just love watching her, and I can't wait till next season when we can hopefully actually do something better and reach top 6 again. And I reckon it is down to her, the way she does command the pitch, the way she controls the pitch, the way she just is the voice the majority of the time. And she's such a lovely person as well. When we spoke to her that game that time, she was so nice. And I just really rate her. And I just don't think enough people talk about how good our court actually is.
We need t-shirts like Justice for Court. Yeah, on Zoom. In fact, justice for everyone on this list, to be fair. Rosie, I haven't actually yet, have I? What do you think about underrated players? Anyone that's caught your eye this season?
I think Missy Buchanan since to play for England. I know she's with the under-23s, but the fact she hasn't got a senior call up yet is wild. I mean, talk about Mads Pacheco, definitely, but Missy, I just don't understand it. Is she on the reserve list? I think she's on the reserve list, but she hasn't got a proper call up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not.
Yeah, because I think when we all saw that name, we were like, "Oh, that's new. That's different. Look at what Serena's doing." Yeah, absolutely. Liverbirds just said Fuka or Curry and for Missy Ball. Yeah, again, we did talk about both of those players as well. Again, it's trying to, if we could have everyone in the starting 11, we would. It's overrun the pitch, but we would. Doesn't mean to say we didn't have any subs for these teams. We do. We have a massive long list of them. But this is kind of one that we mainly all agreed on, despite our differences with that one. Any final thoughts before we move on to the championship, or are we all good?
I think because we're getting asked, obviously, by Liverbird, who I'm assuming is a Liverpool fan.
One would assume, yes.
One would assume. Fuka Nagano, I I love her as a player because, again, she's very Japanese. She just works her absolute backside off and does the job. But the reason I picked Missy Kearns is because I think she could be the women's team's version of Steven Gerrard, like Scouse born and bred and lead that team for years and be the emotional heart of that team. And that's why she got in just ahead, I think, of Fukunaga for me.
Yeah, again, it was tight, wasn't it? It was really, really down to the wire who we chose. But this is why we have this live discussion, so people can give us their thoughts as well. Okay, our final one of the evening then is our championship. I tried to get a bit more artistic with the shirts on this one. I do apologize. I had fun. It was great. So we have, of course, Claudia Morn in goal. We've got Mott, Peake, Westrup, and Rowe in defence. We've got Fenton, Blanchard, and Ag in midfield. And then up front, we've got Hughes, Goodwin, and Johns as well. Now, Paul, I know you've got a lot of favourite players in here. Did anyone else have any thoughts, or are we quite happy with that championship side from what we can see? And then we'll let Paul have a go. We all good? Okay, Paul. Who are some of your favourite players in this lineup, and why did you choose them?
I mean, you've sung the praises of Claudia Moen, and you could probably sing the praises of Bree Westrup as well.
And Tash Fenton, she's phenomenal player.
Tash Fenton is a player who was the emotional heart of Blackburn, and then she moved to Sunderland under the radar and became one of the emotional hearts of Sunderland as well. So,
and she really, as well, I don't know if anyone remembers her signing video for her new contract, but they really made a lot of it. They really put a lot into it, and she kind of said, I feel really happy here. I really believe in the journey and the future of the club and what they're gonna, what their future plans look like. And I think for a club like Sunderland, who has had, some fantastic players come through the ranks, some fantastic glory days, had quite a rough season last season, but have clawed it back to finish where they did. And I think the future is just going to get brighter, especially with players of their standards kind of committing to it and committing to that future. So honestly, if you haven't been watching the championship this season, you need to next season, because it's so much young talent. But yeah, sorry, Paul, continue.
Speaking of young talent, actually, seamless segue. The two Southampton players in defence, yes. Millie Mott and Paige Peake, combined age of 39. So, and Millie Mott is an amazing fullback. She just never stops running. Always very visible as well, because she's aggressively ginger. She's very, very visibly.
What a description.
She's never seen a 50-50 challenge she didn't like. And, she plays with a chip on her shoulder, but in a good way. Paige Peake is Leah Williamson regen. She's tall and she's composed on the ball. She takes corners for Southampton as well, which is weird. A centre back taking corners, but she can ping a ball onto a sixpence. Beth Rowe has been amazing for Charlton for the years. I'm sure Graham will love us picking a Charlton player as well. So that's your defence. Tash Fenton, we've talked about. Lily Ag is just very steady.
Yeah.
And, will play the number 6 role. Annabelle Blanchard, settle in, because I could talk here all night about how good she is. She is Grace Clinton without the hype. She's that good. Very good. And hopefully next season with Crystal Palace, everyone will see that. She's been it for several years. She was amazing for Blackburn. She can land a ball on a sixpence, put a ball on a postage stamp from 35 yards.
Where are you getting all these sixpences from? I don't think they've been in circulation for years. Where have you?
Oh, well, yeah. I've got up the Black Country Museum. They just have them lying around. nearby,
Very good.
And then the front three, Elise Hughes, 20 goal. You can't argue with her, although she is out for most of next season because she's done her ACL. So it'll be interesting to see how Palace replace her. She won't get a chance in the Championship. Izzy Goodwin is the female Erling Haaland.
Yes. I saw her at Villa Park actually on the final day. Went past her.
Yeah, she'd have been hopefully she'd have been watching her old teammates and just kind of keeping an eye. But she's like Myra Ramirez in that there aren't many players who play like her. She's not perhaps got the strength of Myra Ramirez, but she's got that direct running style. She'll go straight for the heart of the defence, and like you say, we've talked about her a lot, and I would be amazed if there haven't been WSL teams taking note of her. And Carly Johns I picked because Watford obviously went down, but Carly Johns was among the top goal scorers coming up from the third tier from Oxford United, and she can finish. She's got that eye for goal, and I wanted to with her. I wanted to kind of recognise some of the lower teams, some of the players who you wouldn't normally pick, and so that's
she's been one of the standout players, though, hasn't she? She's been, when they've needed her.
Yeah, she absolutely has been, and so she was when I was looking down towards the lower end of the table. There were players who should have been in there. Perhaps Beth Heppel should have been in there for Durham, Miss Durham, because she's incredible. And I did enjoy her call out the FA the other day. When they were all talking about mental health provision for players, and Beth Heppel just tweeted, "Oh, that's great, but nobody in the Championship can access it." And it was like, yes, Beth, good on you.
Yeah, she's quite vocal on social media. Yeah, there's been a couple of things where I've gone, ooh. But yeah, no, she was absolutely right for calling that one out, because they should absolutely be able to be a part of it.
And I think if you were picking players who were iconic, if you were picking an iconic Championship team, Beth Heppel would be in it because she's only ever played for Durham, played over 200 appearances, loves a long-range goal, but she didn't make the cut this time round. And so
this time, hey, there's always next season.
There's always next season.
We'll keep a close eye and we'll do it. Now, I believe that's everything. However, are we ready for a quiz?
Yay!
Guys,
yeah, we are. Ready.
I told you, we're practicing. Yeah, Rosie, so introduce us to Nancy's new friend. Who's this?
Poppy. She's very happy to be here. Just said hello to Nancy. She actually wants food, so I might have to leave to feed her, but I'll come back.
Leaving during the quiz. Oh, rude. Right. We'll catch up. It's fine. Now, I did say either pen and paper or something to make a note of your answers on. We will be doing answers at the end. Okay, so it's not a shout out quiz show. It's very serious. So do protect your paper so no one cheats. Everyone in the comments, obviously, please feel free to play along. However, please don't put your answer in the comments because we don't want anyone cheating. We would like honesty here. I do have 20 questions. There's only one of the answers I'm a bit dubious about, so I may give you points regardless. Bonus points are available as well. Again, I wish I had the glittery jacket. So have I tweeted that we're doing a quiz? I think I have.
I'm going to use Messenger, and I'm going to write them down on my phone because I haven't got any pen and paper. Because as usual, Team Chaos.
To be fair, it
horrendously
hasn't been
prepared.
that chaotic tonight. I'm quite proud of us, but also quite disappointed at the same time. However, let the chaos commence, as it were. Now, some of these are hopefully quite easy. Some of them, just have a go, to be honest, with that one. Again, are we all ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Good.
scared. I'm not going to do well.
Yes, you are, Rosie. Positive. Positive mindset. Growth mindset.
Just so we can see. Look, I'm not googling.
You're not good, right?
It's only on
Good.
messages.
Relying on Nancy to tell us if you do mind. That's one.
If she
Games,
meows, I'm
absolutely right.
cheating.
The chaos starts now. Yes, it does. Okay, question number 1. Hopefully really easy. Who won the WSL this season? Bonus point if you know how many points they ended with. So 2 points available for this one. So who won the WSL? Hopefully 1 for everyone. How many points did they finish the season with?
Oh God.
And you can put your pens down when you're done, so I know that you're ready.
Careful with that, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I don't want to spit it out of my laptop. If I suddenly go fuzzy, you know. Okay. Question number 2. Who won the Women's Championship this season? And again, another bonus point for how many points they finished with.
See, that one's hard because it was so close.
I know. But someone
The
won it.
absolute joy. I know.
I know.
Can I just show you what I'm actually working with? Look at this. Trying to get my pen.
That is the ultimate. You cannot do work.
He's quieter than Nancy, though. Oh, I'm stuck.
I'm just gonna, yeah.
Like I said, have a go, have a gander.
22.
I'm actually strategically working out Chelsea's points.
I'm doing that with
Don't get
Palace.
lost on numbers, man. Don't get lost on numbers.
I'm doing that with Palace as well. I'm like, right, okay, how many games?
Oh,
do I
sorry.
still
I
have?
mean,
Oh,
the other one did work out their points.
well, Paul's just giving everyone a point. That's fine.
Have I? I didn't say how much they had.
No, but you said who won it.
Yeah.
Team chaos.
Team chaos. There we go. See, Graham, you jinxed it. You jinxed it. Mute Paul for this.
Note to self: mute microphone.
All of it. All right. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Question number 3. Which stadium had the highest attendance in the WSL this season? And bonus point if you can name which match it was. So the name of the stadium with the highest attendance in the WSL, so not Champions League, not anything, WSL, and the name of the match for the bonus point.
God, that means I've got to be nice to someone.
I do apologize. But it's a good start.
Oh, why
You
do
can
I
even have a double bonus point if you know the attendance as well. See, Graham read me mind. I think we're secretly linked, Graham, because yes, you can have a double bonus point if you do get the attendance, yes.
Do you need both teams, or should one of the teams be obvious by the stadium it is?
You need
I'd hope one of the teams was obvious, yeah. So no, you do need the away team as well, yes, for the bonus point. Okay, ready for number 4? Yep. Okay, number 4. Bristol City unfortunately got relegated this season, but what is the team affectionately known by? So what is the team's nickname? Bristol City, what is their nickname?
Okay, there we go. Rail's just waiting for a Charlton question.
Number 5. Name the 2 teams that got relegated from the Championship this season. Name the 2 teams that got relegated from the Championship this season. Okay. Number 6. Which 2 teams have been promoted and will feature in the Women's Championship next season? Which 2 teams have been promoted and will feature in the Championship next season?
Am I allowed to give one of them a comedy nickname? Will it be just which team?
A possible bonus point if I find it funny. Yes. Yeah, we've never been this serious, Graham, but you know, points are on the line here. It is.
Oh, I don't know the second team.
Again, if you're not sure, comedy answers. If I find them fun, might give you something.
I just whistled a clue because I'm evil like that.
Right. Are we good for the next one?
Yep.
Now, this one, I'm going to sing a bit of a player's song to you.
Oh, God.
Right. Please mute yourself so you don't actually sing it back. However, if at the end, when we recap the answers, you do sing it back to me, there will be a bonus point on offer. Okay? So, number 7, finish this player's song and a bonus point if you know their nationality as well. 24.
Was that it?
Yeah. Everyone knows that one. And it will be stuck in your heads for the rest of forever. Thank you. And you're welcome.
Oh, is it? Oh, God, is it?
I've only just got this out of my head. It's been in my head all day, so thanks.
Anytime.
Right, so it's a
Here
Villa
to
song.
provide a service. Here to provide a service. So remember, when we do go through the answers, if you do sing it back to me, you do get an extra point.
Well, that's a clue then. If it's a Villa song, if Emma can't get it out of her head, it's a Villa song. So that's a clue.
Wait, the nationality as well.
It's not. I was going to say, I don't think anyone knows any Villa songs apart from Villa. Just a. No, I wouldn't be that mean. Okay.
Oh, God, I know the name of the player possibly, but I don't know the words.
I'll take the player for half a point. That's fine. Okay, number 8. Who was the Golden Boot winner this season in the WSL? And a bonus point: how many goals did she score? So, who was the Golden Boot winner, and how many goals did she score for a bonus point?
I'm trying to sit with my phone clearly in view so people don't think I'm Googling. Right? Both hands. Like pub quiz rules.
Yeah, we trust you, Paul, don't we? We trust you. Okay. Number 9. Who was the women's championship top scorer, and how many did she score? So who was the championship's top scorer, and how many did she score? Number 10. I'm sorry. 5 players scored 5 goals this season in the WSL. Name any one of them. So there were only 5 players who scored only 5 goals this season. Name any one of them.
Does it have to be one, or can I just name like 5?
Hope for the best.
That's right.
Hey, do whatever you need to do. Anyone who you think And then again, I'll tell you at the end if you've got any right. That's fine. It's a bit like pointless, that question. But yeah, anyone who you think, I remember they scored some, but not a lot. And you might be surprised by one of the names.
I'm now trying to think of centre-backs who kept scoring. Oh, she must have got more than 5.
Hey, you'd be surprised. 5 was quite a good number. Right. Number 11. Some WSL managers were shown a red card this season. Can you name one of them? So any WSL manager who got sent off this season. And I mean actually for a red card, not just a sideline ban as a ban for comments. So an actual card shown for that one. Okay, number 12. This is the one I'm a bit dubious about because I've got conflicting answers. So again, do your best. I'll probably give you a point. We saw the drama. What happened to my voice there? We saw the drama of the Continental Cup where only one ball was allowed to be used. How many balls are usually allowed to be used with a multi-ball system in the WSL? That's different for the Premier League. Of answers.
What a question.
Hey.
God, the research that's gone into this.
We're educational here on the podcast, but educational.
My brain has now gone into holding mode because I can just hear Spirit of the Blues in my head.
Oh, I should have sang that if I was going to sing.
I'll sing that. Do I get enough point if I sing it at the end? Because I will.
Hey, you get a bonus 10 points.
I'll sing it for you.
Football karaoke, everyone. Come and join it. Right. Thank you, Graham. That is a gem of a question. Thank you. Again, I don't know if the answer's right, but we'll see. Number 13. If you've been listening to the news, you might know this one. Which country announced they're finally starting their own professional women's football league?
Oh.
Which country that you'd expect to already have one has announced they're starting their women's football league as of next season?
I mean, does the WSL count as professional yet?
Oh, controversial.
We literally spoke about it and I can't remember.
I can give you a clue.
Don't give clues. Because I know this one.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
The absolute outrage then. Don't give clues.
Don't give
I'm
clues.
very competitive.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do apologise.
I don't know again.
I won't tolerate clue giving. Unless I don't know it, then that's fine.
All right. Okay. Okay. No clues are allowed. Rosie said. I've got to move on. Okay. The highest number of assists in the WSL this season was 8. Who was the player that has got these 8 assists?
This must make cracking telly, by the way.
This is brilliant. I love it.
I should have played the countdown theme on my phone or something.
Probably I don't have copyright, but I'll sing it for you. I'm clearly in a singing mood tonight. Right. Next one. Number 15. Kiara Keating may have gotten the WSL Golden Glove, but which keeper made the most saves? So not clean sheets. Which keeper made the most saves? I do, Graham. It's a bit like, if anyone remembers the Crystal Maze, when he used to sing in between challenges while everyone else was getting really stressed. And Yeah, just used to dance around and sing and talk to his mumsy.
See, now you're talking my language. Crystal Maze.
Bloody love the Crystal Maze. I want to do the experience just as a thing.
I watched the reboots.
They used to
the
have
new ones weren't good. They weren't good.
They used to have one in Coventry.
Did
At
they?
the Mega Bowl, up by the A45, they used to have a Crystal Maze experience.
Richard O'Brien, what a man!
They had
And
to
of
close
course,
it.
being riff raff as well was just the best thing in the world. Love Richard O'Brien. Okay, we digress. There is a clue in this one, Rosie, just to warn you. Okay, I have used an adjective that could possibly tie you to a player. Okay, which United player has the highest pass completion rate in the WSL with 91%? So which United player has the highest pass completion rate with 91%?
I have an idea because she only passes it 3 feet to her left. But
It's true. It's like a real life escape room. It's great.
what was question 15, by the way?
15 was Kiara Keating may have got the Golden Glove, but which keeper made the most saves?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Probably still get it wrong, but at least I know now.
But at least you've taken part, Paul, and that's all we need.
Was that Bowie barking, by the way, in the background? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Number 17. Only 7 players played every minute of the WSL this season. Can you name any one of those 7? So only 7 players played every minute of the WSL this season. Name any one of the 7.
Well, at least we know it ain't going to be anyone from Everton with the amount of injuries they had. So that's
So real. I can't even argue. That's so real. That is so true. We were lucky to even make a team at one point.
Or Villa, to be fair.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be fair, Villa had the same problem at one point.
We were lucky to have a bench at one point.
I was going to say, there was one point when the Villa bench was, I think, 2 academy players, substitute keeper, and one other person. It was dire. It was dire straits, to be honest.
What if your keeper had to go into midfield? How chaotic.
It's just like, where do I? Oh, I can move. Oh, right, okay.
But then again, it's the same with us.
I can't use my hands. What? That would be a good one. Right. Number 18. If you were listening to the podcast, you will know this one. Where did Arsenal have to get their socks from in the now infamous Sockgate? Where did they have to get their socks from in the now infamous Sockgate? Bonus point if you can remember the price of the socks.
God, I posted this because they were on sale.
Yeah, they were.
I remember them being on sale. Oh, Right, it's after the watershed, so I think. For fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, we're way past that.
That looks right.
I think I know. I nearly put how much would it have been for the whole team, but then I'm like, I'll just put a pair.
I'd quite like to know how much it would have been for the whole team, though. Because like, surely you have to get extras as well in case anything happened.
I'm sure I read an estimate somewhere.
Hopefully.
Now I have found it. That's fine. Just to double check my response. So we have got it. That's fine. Right. So there's a bonus point for that. There we go. Okay. Number 19. We need them. Carla Ward was made into a meme this season for being pictured walking into a what during the Arsenal game at Villa Park. So Carla Ward was made into a meme this season. What was she pictured talking into during the Arsenal game at Villa Park?
that's a sore point because I remember a joke was made about by a journalist who had called me unprofessional for doing something similar, and she'd made a joke about it that everybody thought was very, very funny.
See, people, double standards.
Actually, she might have been a they as well. I might have. No, it was one of the other ones from that podcast. There you
go. Bonus point. This is where you can make me laugh for a possible point. What was she saying? What was she saying in that meme, essentially? So she was pictured talking into a what, but what could she have been saying for a bonus point? The funniest one gets a point. Chloe, I love your reaction to these questions.
I'm just really confused because I don't know the answer. I'm just trying to...
Who
Who were they playing again?
They were playing Arsenal.
Who was the referee of that game? Because that was the infamous, we don't know what handball is, even though it's Rachel Brown finished.
Oh yeah, that was it did hit a hand, but it wasn't a handball. I can double check that for you while you're looking at your answers. That's fine.
Probably Emily Heaslip, let's be honest.
I think it was, to be honest. Let's have a look. Okay, I'll give you your final question while I'm looking at this then. Final question, number 20. Legend Steph Houghton retired this season. Hearts breaking everywhere. But name any club she played for before joining Man City. So any club she played for before joining Man City.
I don't want to go with the obvious one. I'm trying to be a hipster.
Go for the unknown. Go for the one before it was cool.
I'm trying to win, so.
Ooh. Are you? We couldn't tell from there. No clues.
That's that Chelsea mentality, isn't it? That's what that is.
We accept no prisoners in this one.
Just going to get Gura right to kick me up in the air and get 4 questions.
Brilliant.
I expect a full pumping of the badge celebration if you win, by the way. Full on Gura right and special.
My shirt is upstairs.
It should always be with you. I think the referee for that was Stacey Pearson. Stacey Pearson.
That's disappointing because I don't have any jokes about her.
Oh. You've got a season to think of them. Don't worry. Right. Would anyone like any questions repeating before we go through the answers? Or are we okay?
What was the last one?
Steph Houghton retired this season, but name any club she played for before joining Man City.
Well, there we go. Now, hopefully, I'll be able to send this to myself. Otherwise, someone's about to get a really weird message.
Right. So if you've got a different colour, you can mark it in colour. That's absolutely fine. And again, people in the chat, hope it's all going well. You can start to put your answers in and join in if you like. And let's see who gets the highest. Right. So number one, clearly, who won the WSL? Shout out, children.
Chelsea.
Yes, good. For a bonus point, how many points did they get?
55.
I put 46.
I put
55. 55.
Wait, I put 55. You want to see? I actually calculated it. I literally got the calculator out.
A mark for your working. Well done. Like we always tell you. Ooh, a proper calculator and everything. Well done. Okay. So yes, so that was Chelsea and 55 points. Number two, Paul told everyone this one. The winners of the Women's Championship were, Paul.
Crystal Palace.
Thank you. And how many points did they finish the season with? Anyone? Any ideas?
56?
I went with 56 as well for some reason.
46.
Oh.
46. 46. Oh, Graham's with us. Yes, Palace 46. Well done, Graham.
There
Well
we
done.
go.
Ah, very good. Thank you.
I'm just showing it to that, just proving that I have.
We trust you. We trust you, don't we? Okay. Rosie doesn't, but the rest of us do. Okay. Number 3. Which stadium had the highest attendance? Anyone?
The Emirates.
Emirates.
It was the Emirates. Good. And what was the match? Arsenal versus who?
Chelsea.
Was it the North London derby?
It was United.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Chelsea. Chelsea. You got me saying Chelsea now. Arsenal, Man United. And did anyone guess the attendance for a bonus point?
59.
I'll put 60,000.
59.
60,160.
Oh, you
That's-
fucker!
Even more annoying because I was close.
Okay.
I was so close.
Awesome.
Like,
Even more annoying when you're close.
You,
so
you,
like,
you can have a half of that one, Paul. You can have a half of that.
That wasn't the rule.
No, Quizmaster.
Sorry, you're the boss.
That's right. Yes, I am.
have I only ever got 4? I'll have
Right.
4. There we go.
Oh, well done.
Because I'm
Right.
scared of Rosie, so I'll have 4. Not 5.
Just saying you don't get enough points for us, given. Okay. Bristol City are known by which affectionate nickname?
Robins.
Robins.
The Robins, yes. Robins for a point. Well done. Okay, the 2 teams that relegated from the Championship this season were, shout out if you know.
Watford, but I didn't get the other one.
Lewis.
Yeah, good. So you can have a point for Watford, point for Lewis. For that one. Point for Watford, point for Lewis. Okay. Number 6 then. Which 2 teams had been promoted into the Women's Championship?
I got Newcastle, but I didn't get the other one.
Newcastle, yeah.
Pompey.
Anyone got second?
Portsmouth and Saudi FC.
You can have a half for Saudi FC. So Newcastle and Portsmouth. Yes.
I mean, I wanted to call them Sports Wash FC, but people would shout at me for that. So
People shout at you anyway, Paul. That's fine. Right. Show of hands. Is anyone going to sing back to me for this next one?
Yeah, I will.
well, she knows.
I told you everyone knows it. Right. Okay. On the count 3. Right. 24.
Look
Look us running down the ring. Look us.
the Arsenal sing. Look us.
And we're gonna win the league.
Well done.
Both
Yes.
pulled out.
So,
I got the player right then.
good. So you can get
Right.
1 for the player and 2 if you wrote out the rest of the song. Yeah. Lovely.
And the player's nationality.
And the player's nationality is
Canadian.
Canadian. Yes, for another point. There you go.
Full house on that.
Full house.
Wow, I'm falling
We're only
behind
still
here.
going to take the pod. We're racking those points up. Okay. Number 8, the Golden Boot winner was
Bunny.
Bunny Shaw.
Bunny.
21.
Okay. You've got how many goals, Paul?
21.
21. Lovely.
18, I've said.
So yeah, 1 for Bunny, 1 for 21.
Can't hold it up. I'm rubbish at this. There you go.
It's okay. Good. Yeah, lovely. Right, number 9. Who was the Women's Championship top scorer? We did mention her earlier.
Is it Elise Hughes?
It was Elise Hughes, yes. And how many goals did you score?
20?
16.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I thought
I mean-
she got more than that.
Out of the outrage, I will double check. But I'm sure.
She might have got 20 if you included like the FA Cup and Conti Cup. Because there was there was something about her getting her 20th of the season.
Oh, okay, let's have a look. Nope. Elise Hughes, 16 goals. Yeah, 16 goals assisted to played 21. So maybe that's where the 21 came in. But yeah, 16 goals. And Izzy Goodwin, fan favourite, had 15 goals. She was only one behind her. Only one behind for that one. So yes, 16. Okay. Right, next one. Oh yeah. 5 players scored 5 goals this season in the WSL. Does anyone have any ideas?
I guess Tempo, but I feel like she might have got more.
No, one is Hempo adjacent.
Hempo adjacent.
Hempo adjacent.
What? So plays the next position over, or something? Lila
When you
Wahhabi.
think of-
Or
I think
Hempo.
we had this discussion the other week. So think of England. You think of
Chloe
Hempo and Chloe Kelly.
Oh,
She was one of them. Yeah. Anyone have any other shouts?
Cat
I
your
said
snow.
Roach Daly.
No. She
I can't
only
remember how many she scored. I think it might have been 6 or 7.
bear with again. I did have these up. Women's Super League. Rachel Daly only scored. Where's she gone? She scored 8. Scored 8. Rachel Daly.
I went with Cat your snush.
Katia, that's nice. No, unfortunately not.
Gonna tell me she got 6.
Nice.
I also said Emma Blockstenius.
No, she got 7.
Oh,
She got 7, our Emma. Katia Snois is not even in the top 20 for that one. You could have had Chloe Kelly, Marie Hobinger, could have had Lynn Peterman, Adriana Leon, or Kiernan as well.
How many did Shirka Nuskin get? Did she get 6?
Nuskin.
JBR said in the chat.
She got
Nuskin.
8. She got 8.
Bloody
Yeah.
hell.
Got it. So there you go. For that one. Thank you very much. Okay, number 11. Some WSL managers were shown a red card this season. Can you name any one of them?
Matt
oh,
Beard.
right.
Matt Beard, Brian Sorensen, or Gareth Taylor as well. You could have had.
Oh,
anyone.
I've got him as well.
Just 1 point for the one. 1 point for the one.
Carly Ward?
Carla Ward.
Yeah.
No, she was only on the sidelines because she was ill
Ah, fair enough.
in that particular match, I believe. Right. Again, so this is the dubious one. How many balls are usually allowed with a multi-ball system? Does anyone want to have a go?
I said 6.
I said
7.
3.
So I've left up the rules to quote it. Now, I initially got the Premier League one, which obviously that was wrong, which said 10. However, in the actual WSL and Championship rules for 23-24, I can give people the link for the PDF if they'd like to do it. It says 3 match balls proposed to be used in a competition match and must be supplied by the home team. So as far as I know, 3, but if anyone would like to object.
Oh, it's there somewhere. Under Carly Ward.
Carly Ward.
Why are you calling her Carly? She's not a
Because-
Nickelodeon star.
I am ashamed to admit that I have thought for years she was Carly Ward.
Okay, well, let's put that to rest now. Carla. With a
Yeah.
Latvian.
That's awkward.
However,
I think-
as you're now known for nicknames, I'm sure Carly Ward will be
Yeah,
absolutely fine.
we'll call her Carly from now on.
We'll come back to Liz in a minute. It'll be fine. Okay, number 13. Which country announced they're finally starting their own professional women's football league, Rosie?
Canada.
Canada. Yes. Good. As far as I'm aware, they are starting with 8 teams, and then they're growing from there in their first season. So yes, well done, Canada. Finally getting a professional soccer league, as it were.
Wow, I put Portugal, so yeah.
FC Porto are getting their women's team started for the first time,
But not the whole league. Yeah.
but not the whole league. Yeah.
Yeah, my well.
And they're starting in Division 3. Just let you know. I read that the other day. Okay, number 14. The highest number of assists in the WSL this season was 8, but who was it? Who got the 8? Who's the top assister in the WSL? Anyone want to show?
Was it Hempo?
It was Hempo, yes. Well done, well done.
I am having a bad run.
We got some good ones. Hey, there's been some weird ones in here. I will admit that. That's fine.
I've gone full Mark Skinner here. I'm just absolutely collapsing. Spectacular. I need a black polar neck.
I was going to say, you haven't got enough jumper on for the rest of it. Right, number 15. Kiara Keating may have got the Golden Glove, but which keeper made the most saves?
I put our court.
I put Courtney Brosnan.
And it was Courtney Brosnan. Yes.
Our court.
Yes. Was our court.
Yeah.
Done.
Back in the game. Unlike Mark Skinner. There we go.
I know it's been a weird podcast without mentioning him. So I'm glad you got it in somewhere. Okay. Number 16. Which United player has the highest pass completion rate with 91%? Anyone?
I said Lucia Garcia, but I don't think that's right.
I said Tooney, but I don't know if it's right. I don't think it is.
No,
Was it Maya Letitia?
it's not. Who did you say, Rosie?
I said Millie Turner.
Millie Turner. Yep.
Aww.
Millie Turner. Well done. Well done. Well done. Okay. Number 17. Only 7 players played every minute of the WSL this season. Name any one of the 7.
My Letitia.
My Letitia. Yep.
Katie Zalem.
Katie Zalem. Yep.
Kiara Keating.
Yep. Chloe, your turn.
Ella Toon?
No.
Oh.
No,
Dear.
because she had up until a certain point, and then she got subbed off, and she was fuming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that now.
Okay, the others you could have had Bergsvand, Mary Earps,
Oh, yeah.
Risa Shimizu, Sam Tierney, and we've said Keating, Zellum, and My Letitia as well. Well done. Okay, number 18. Where did Arsenal have to get their socks from? The
Chelsea Megastore.
Chelsea Megastore, yep. And how much were their socks per pair?
Were they $11.99 because they were on sale?
Oh, I put £22.50.
Oh, I put $12.99.
I put 12.
I went too high.
They were $12.99 on sale. Yes.
Oh no, I went too high.
Can I also get a ruling? I guarantee Rose is going to tell me I'm wrong on this, but I put it was a Chelsea Superstore, not a Megastore. So
No, it's a Megastore.
It's like, no, we can't have the point.
Sorry, you can't. No. Not happening.
I will take that under advisement from the Chelsea fan. I'm like, okay.
Keep trying, but
It's a Megastore because they're the biggest club. Only small clubs have superstores.
I think they did have a sale on at the time, though.
Yeah, $12.99 was a sale.
Yeah, that was the sale price.
That makes it even worse.
That reminds me of my favourite bit of football club trivia, by the way, Superstore. Chloe, do you know what Everton's Superstore is called?
Which one? Because there's 2. Because there's
The
Everton.
one, the one that's in Liverpool 1. The
Yes,
shopping
Everton
centre.
2. Hey.
I love that. I love
It's
the
Liverpool 1, Everton 2.
I love the fact that
Haven't they? They've done it well.
that's their address actually says Everton 2, Liverpool 1.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, that's brilliant. They've done that so well. I love
It's so
that.
good.
That's brilliant. Okay, 2 more to go then. Number 19. Carly Ward was a meme this season
Thanks for that.
for being pictured talking into a what at the Arsenal Villa game. What was she talking into? A
Walkie-talkie.
walkie-talkie. Yes, good. Bonus point. What was she saying?
Yes, it was fucking handball, Stacey.
Hashtag Jonas out. Yep, I like it. Right, Paul bonus point, Rosie bonus point, Chloe.
I said, what do you mean Arsenal have stolen all our socks?
Yeah, bonus point. Emma, anything?
Arsenal are still shit. Over.
Yes. Bonus points all around. Well done. Number 20, legend Steph Houghton retired this season. Name any club she played for before Man City.
Arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah, I got Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. Paul, you're trying to be niche and hipster. What'd you go for?
Did she play for Leon?
No.
Fuck. If I lose by 1 point now.
So there was only actually 3 clubs to choose from. There's only 3 clubs: Sunderland, Leeds, and Arsenal.
See, I've screwed myself now because I nearly put Sunderland, but I'm like, no, I'll be hipster and go for Leon because everyone knows Sunderland.
Yeah, no, she turned pro at Sunderland, went to Leeds for a bit, went to Arsenal, and then signed at City. And the rest was history. So if you'd like to add all your points up, please. I would say out of how many, but I've forgotten how many bonus points I've given out now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Graham, you shithouse. It's absolute team chaos.
Yeah, he says, I want Rosie to win during Shiga as well, so not to win for the rage that will follow. You know why you tune in each week, Graham.
Finish the show with a bang. There we go. Just absolutely.
Exactly.
Fury.
That's what we like.
I
will have to say, by the way, not to put anyone off, but this is the highest viewership number we've had live for I think ever. So thank you to everyone who's joining in because this has been really, really fun. So thank you very much.
Silence for half of it, concentrating on our answers.
Yeah. So even better, the numbers have continued growing, not dropping for that one.
The word has spread. It's just like a question of WSL. We should make this a thing.
Hey, everyone loves a quiz. I'm totally up for that, by the way. I will totally do a quiz every week because that was really fun. I will say thank you to people already probably follow this account on X. But it's Sam Biccarino, and he's at Statorino. He does some fantastic stats. So I will shout him out. But I got a lot of that information from his Twitter page with all his stats. So thank you very much for that one. It came in very, very handy. The rest of the weird ones, they were just me. So have we all added our points up?
Yes.
We have.
Okay, hang on. So we've got 3,
Sam saying Chaos Emeralds for everyone. Yes.
Chaos Emeralds for everyone. Yes, absolutely. And thank you, Graham, for wanting to. Yes. Okay. Chloe, how many points did you get, please?
I got 19.
Hey, 19's good.
Not
It
too
was
bad.
20 questions plus a few bonus points. That's really good.
I'm quite happy with that. Thought it'd be a lot worse.
Emma, what did you get?
22.
22. Very good for a debut. Right. Now it's between. Hold on, Rosie. Paul, how many did you get?
18.
18. No, that's still really good. Rosie, what'd you get?
24.
Does that involve another song for 24?
I am ashamed.
Running down the wing.
I'm genuinely.
The quiz.
And she's gonna win the quiz. There you go. Right, there we go. 24. Honestly, best song. So thank you to Arsenal for that one.
So what's my prize?
Your prize is I can
Some Chelsea socks.
Chelsea.
I could offer you a 3D printed snitch.
Oh.
Ooh.
God, there's a present from a pupil once. That was quite nice, wasn't it? I can offer you an egg full of eggs.
Oh, very nice.
That's very meta.
I can offer you, hang on, some fuzzy sticks. Or a car, what would you like? And it's one of them where you can pull it backwards and then it zooms. So it's multifunctional.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah.
I had a really cool joke, but it would have made me sound bitter. So I'm not saying I am.
I think you should do it anyway, because at this point, Team Chaos.
I was going to say maybe you should give her a Barcelona shirt so she can have a shirt of a team who's won the Champions League.
Oh.
Oh God! I feel really bad now. Like genuinely. that was unnecessarily harsh.
We're all friends here. It's fine.
I'm gonna get an axe thrown at me at like the podcast meetup. just keep an eye. If an axe goes astray, it's for that joke. Like,
we will be documenting everything for evidence. Don't worry.
Right, at least I know how it feels to win something, Paul. So.
oh!
Oh.
I mean, yeah, Coventry City fan. It's not like we've. Yeah. Does the League Two playoff final count?
Every win's a win.
That's another reason I hate Man United, because we should have been at Wembley. Anyway, I'm just getting that out there. That's for Simon, that one.
Should have been there. But yeah, thank you very much, Rosie. I will have to think about your prize. Think of what I can give you. And yeah, because deserved win. Well done. Although a couple of hints and tips could have been on the horizon, but you stopped.
I'm not having it. No.
We'll just have to be prepared for the next one. All rules in place and all sorted and ready. Perfect. Right. Well, that brings us to the end. So thank you very much to everyone who's joined in, who's watched, got involved. We absolutely love doing this. And yeah, just thank you so much. Now, if you did like us, however, it's not just us. There is a whole team of us. We are across all social media in general, but also we are live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays discussing different leagues, different points, different chaos. However, we are the original hashtag Team Chaos. So we are here every Wednesday. So please do join us for more absolute ranting and raving. And then you can see us across all of these social media platforms if you so choose and you don't follow us already. So on Twitter at Absolute Ball Pod, because no one calls it X. YouTube, we are at Absolute Football Podcast. Same on Instagram and Threads if anyone uses that, but just add an underscore at the end. Facebook, the Absolute Football Podcast, and of course TikTok as well at Absolute Ball Pod. Now, I can never do this by myself, so thank you to my lovely panel for joining me tonight. Chloe, thank you very much. If anyone would like to find you, where can they find you?
So I am Chloe Bear 529 on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So yeah, give Chloe a follow if you want to. Rosie, our champion of the evening, where can people find you if you want them to?
I'm rosiedawson.14 on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm rosiedawson144 on Twitter.
Perfect.
Thank you. And Paul, where can people find more of your ranting and raving if they so wish?
I pointed the wrong way. There we go. I'm just having a mare of a night. At Paul W Radio on Twitter, and also Blue Sky, although on Blue Sky I'm a lot quieter and it tends to be pictures of me wearing eyeshadow. So maybe
I think that sounds great. To be fair, I'll give that one a follow. And to Emma, thank you very much for joining us for your very first podcast. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I've loved it.
Well, come back on anytime. The invitation is always there. Would you like to share your socials if anyone would like to find you?
I only know my Instagram off by heart, but it's _.mahw._.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And I can be found if anyone's interested in following me and my rantings and ravings too at Freya Writes on, why do I always forget? I do this every week. On Twitter and Instagram and also TikTok as well. So thank you very much. So yes, thank you so much to everyone again for joining in, watching, listening, watching on repeat. We hope you enjoyed the quiz. We know we did, and Rosie certainly did. And we'll be here, as always, Wednesdays live at 8:30. So thank you very much. Goodbye. Good night.